The sweetness of Salesian spirituality. Today, we explore a unique gift within the church, the sweetness of Salesian spirituality. Inspired by the life and teachings of St. Francis de Sales, it offers a gentle, accessible, and deeply transformative path to holiness, marked by love, joy, and appreciation for everyday life. This is not a spirituality for a few, it is for everyone. It invites us to live our faith with ease, enthusiasm, and a smile that springs from the heart. The first point for reflection today, the essence of sweetness in Salesian spirituality. When we say sweetness, we are not speaking of sentimentality or empty niceness. It is gentleness, patience, understanding, optimism, all rooted in God's love. Salesian sweetness draws people in. It is firm without harshness, joyful without superficiality, and faithful without rigidity. It is the fragrance of a heart filled with Christ. Second point for reflection, St. Francis de Sales, Doctor of Love and Gentleness. To understand this sweetness, we turn to its source, St. Francis de Sales. Called the gentleman saint, he connected with people of every walk of life. His two great works, Introduction to Devout Life and Treatise on the Love of God, remain practical, profound guides to holiness in daily life. His style was clear, elegant, and deeply human, speaking to the heart as much as to the mind. He taught that holiness is possible in the world, in marriage, work, family life, not only in the cloister. The third point for reflection today, key elements of Salesian sweetness. First of all, God's love at the center. For St. Francis de Sales, everything begins and ends with God's love. God is a loving Father who desires our salvation and happiness. This conviction brings hope, trust, and tenderness into the whole spiritual life. Secondly, accessibility for all. Holiness is not for a few specialists. Every Christian, lay or ordained, is called to love God in their own circumstances. Salesian guidance is practical, helping us bring God into the ordinary moments of our day. Thirdly, the little virtues. Humility, gentleness, patience, simplicity, kindness, cheerfulness, these small virtues have big effects. They soften hearts, promote peace, and make the gospel attractive. Gentleness especially mirrors the heart of Christ. Fourthly, optimism and hope. Francis encouraged looking for the good in ourselves and others, trusting that God's grace is stronger than our weakness. This outlook fosters joy, perseverance, and inner peace. Fifthly, flexibility and adaptation. Every soul is unique. Francis urged us to bloom where we are planted, finding God in our real life, not in an imaginary perfect one. Sixthly, interior transformation. External practices are important, but the heart is what matters most. The true devotion flows from love that transforms our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Fourth point for reflection today, sweetness in practice. First of all, responding with gentleness. When provoked, choose gentleness over anger. This disarms hostility and opens paths to reconciliation. Secondly, practicing patience. In delays, misunderstandings, or setbacks, patience trusts in God's timing and plan. Thirdly, speaking kindly. Our words have power. Kind, respectful speech builds people up. Harshness tears them down. Fourthly, finding joy in simple things. A meal with loved ones, a walk in nature, a quiet moment of prayer Salesian spirituality trains the heart to treasure these. Fourthly, embracing forgiveness. Letting go of grudges frees the heart. Forgiveness for ourselves and others heals wounds and restores peace. The fifth point for reflection today, avoiding misunderstandings. Sweetness is not weakness. St. Francis was gentle but firm, loving but uncompromising in truth. He believed that correction and guidance bear more fruit when given with love and respect, not harshness. Sixth point for reflection, why this sweetness still matters. In a noisy and divided world, Salesian sweetness is a balm. It brings peace in relationships, strengthens our ability to face stress with faith, helps us communicate with compassion, gives meaning to daily life, makes us agents of reconciliation. To conclude, a call to live the sweetness. Salesian sweetness is not passive. It is an active choice to love without measure, to be gentle without fear, to hope without limit. Let us open our hearts to it. Let it shape our thoughts, words, and actions so that we become living beacons of God's love. In the words of St. Francis, he says, "Nothing is so strong as gentleness, nothing so gentle as real strength." May our lives radiate this sweetness, bringing joy and peace to all we meet. Live Jesus.